Falcons running back Josh Jacobs today with misdemeanor battery and misdemeanor criminal damage to property. Back in May, Jacobs was originally also booked on domestic abuse and felony strangulation charges, which he no longer faces. Seattle Seahawks defensive tackle Leonard Williams agreed to a 3-year, $90 million extension with $56 million guaranteed. The Los Angeles Rams reuniting with receiver Tutu Atwell. They acquired him from the Miami Dolphins for running back Jarquez Hunter. In the National Hockey League, United States Olympic gold medal winning goaltender and 3-time Vezina Trophy winner Connor Hellebuyck has publicly requested a trade from the Winnipeg Jets. Hellebuyck said he privately requested a trade several months ago, but is now going public. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Man, we got so much to get to today, and not enough time, but it's going to be 2 hours of greatness.
Yes!
It's going to be all crammed in like Ralph. All crammed in like Ralph.
All
like
crammed in. Good one.
That's an old guy joke for the old guys listening.
Hey, I like that one, Covino.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I really love that Honeymooners reference.
I don't get it.
It's all crammed into 2 hours of fun, Danny G. We have lots to get to.
You have any old guy references you want to throw in there? Come on. 877-999-FOX.
Don't worry. I got one for Mrs. Grundy. She's listening.
Well, hey,
Danny
we're going to...
G's here, Rich is here, Sam's here, I'm here, Lowenkron is here. What do you call him, Lowenkron nowadays?
Lowenkron James?
Lowenkron James.
Cron James.
Cronny James. It's Covino and Rich. We be rocking out. Let's go.
All right. Hey, a lot of NFL today. A lot of quarterback talk today. We're going old school because we're old fools. We're going to talk about some old school sports debates. Just a lot of fun as always. But I want to start the show for literally 30 seconds.
Oh, boy.
Just saying that I think everyone in the studio could pick out one thing in life that they are pretentious about. Like Danny G said it yesterday. Hotels, man. It's got to be nicer than my house or I ain't staying.
Yeah, man. I ain't got time for dingy hotels.
Like, everyone's got their thing, right? I was saying, I'm sure if you think about this, something where as modest as you are, there's one thing where like, I can't do it.
I'm thinking.
Office,
no, it's there. I'm drawing a blank.
Office coffee to me is such a last resort. Like, to me,
Slow down, Papa Roach.
It's
not
sewer
that
water
bad.
here.
Like,
It's
really?
so bad.
Like, to me,
I don't know. I rock it.
I know Starbucks, Coffee Bean, Pete's, they're all
What
a waste
are you
of
trying to
money.
say, that your palate's so advanced?
No.
Are you Advanced Palate? Where you're
No, that's a workout class you take, right?
Advanced Rich thinks that's his like biological name, Advanced Palate.
I have a great palate.
Do you think that your palate's more advanced than mine, where crappy coffee's okay with this guy, but not for you?
Listen, if you go to a restaurant,
all you drink is you like your sugar with coffee and cream. This guy's, you see his coffee?
No.
It's light and it's filled with sugar, like 3 inches of sugar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's not pretend like he likes coffee.
Oh, sorry, the most
He
manly
likes,
guy in the world, Steve
but
Cano.
you like,
It's not
dude,
even
you
a
like
tan.
sugar drink.
You
Yes.
want a little coffee with your cream and sugar?
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
sorry.
even. It's not a tanned blonde. It's a pale blonde.
No, mine's a tip. No, I like a little.
I can see if you're some sort of coffee connoisseur.
Oh, please, Steve Covino over here. I like my coffee like I like my cheeks black.
Black cheeks.
Yeah.
Choco cheeks.
Whoa. So I'm just saying, there's something everyone is pretentious about. I'm just want to, before we talk NFL, I can't be the only one that's like, office coffee is ass. It tastes like Sam said, sewer water.
Is that the one you just made up here?
Isaac
Did you
Lowenkron.
put sugar in it? Let me taste it.
I put two.
Nothing can save it. The machine itself probably needs to be cleaned out with bleach.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the filter
It tastes like,
of the coffee machine.
It's like the
These are all
the
great
coffee that's
endorsements.
been in an auto mechanic. Like, it's just been sitting in the pot all day.
Here,
I wanna taste
I
it.
put 2 sugars and I put a little ice in it. I tried to make a mini iced coffee. You tell me that's not.
I mean, it's like it is ass water. You're right, but you gotta just do what you gotta do. You know?
Yeah, no, I drink it still when I need it. It's a necessity.
It
When
keeps you
that's the
humble.
only complaint at our network, though, our network is doing damn good.
That
of
ain't
course,
the only
dude.
complaint, believe me.
But I'm telling you,
Well, for these bozos, that's the only thing I ever hear them complaining
we're
about.
Plead the
easygoing
fifth.
guys, and they treat us well here at Fox Sports Radio. I'd rather be paid nicely than get good coffee. But we've worked in places that have had snack walls.
Yeah, we need some of that.
We've worked at like
yeah, but then
Show
everybody
off.
gets real fat though because you're eating all the
every day you having a
Dipsy
bag of
Doodles.
cookies.
Yeah, like oh man, did you see John? Dipsy Doodles got to him.
Be honest, did you guys stick like Sun Chips in a pocket and
Yeah.
granola bars in the other
I
one?
had Kind bars for the whole family. Bro.
This is my lunch.
You see how Covino raids the medicine cabinet? How do you think if there were
Free
snacks?
cough drops.
Covino eats cough drops every day because he thinks they're candy.
Well, that's how they get you. So I'm just trying to get my money's
Honestly,
worth over here.
Free
I
lens
love,
wipes.
during the next commercial break, which is not for a while, so hang with us. Check the medicine cabinet. Guess what we don't have? Coldies. You know why? Because every day Covino thinks they're candy.
Oh, but I don't
Coldies,
take
candies.
more than one a day. I'm just trying to stay healthy for the show.
Coldies. Never gets a cold, this guy,
That's
every day.
right. Never gets a cold.
High in
Anyway.
zinc.
It does pose an interesting question. Like, what won't you compromise on? And I'm going to have to think about that. I'll tell you what. Weak-ass car washes. I won't compromise on that. You got to hand wash my bad boy.
I'll be honest, I'm guilty of that. I'll go to the $10 gas station drive-thru, and I know that's bad for the car and the brushes. I get
if
it.
you care about your car,
I know.
you're not taking it into that week. As fun as it is, because there's still a kid inside that loves going into the car wash.
Ooh, the purple soap, the pink soap.
It's very relaxing.
I do love that, but you can't compromise. I won't compromise. I got to get a hand wash. If you care about your car, you're not putting it through that weak-ass machine.
Do you guys still, to this day, have that intrusive thought of, like, I want to open the windows? Like, during the car wash, like, what would happen? I want to open the windows. I can't, but I want to.
Shampoo my hair.
Watch this transition, Rich. Will Tua's play tomorrow be as bad as the coffee that you complain about here?
You know what, Danny?
Transition Jones.
Nice.
It's why they pay you the middle bucks. Tua, tomorrow could be the last hurrah. They're saying that if he plays that poorly tomorrow, like you said in our pre-show meeting, the poor Dolphins are paying this guy $40+ million. I mean, the Falcons got a deal, but this is it, man.
Yeah, the Falcons are only paying him $1.2 million. Penix Jr. is almost ready to go from off his injury. And here's the juicy part. The Falcons are playing at the Miami Dolphins tomorrow.
Talk about pressure. Pressure's on for Tua because it might be his last chance for love. It might be his last chance, and he actually could be cut, putting that pressure on Penix, who, by the way, is medically cleared, right? Mm-hmm. So if he does play good, that gives Penix more time to heal and get better and all that. But he is medically cleared. So if he does get cut or if he doesn't do well, it forces Penix to get out sooner than expected. And there's so much on the line here. So Tua, when you think about it, man, the dude was never the same. You think about all the concussions. How many did he? It was 3, right? At one
Three
point,
bad ones we know about.
3 bad ones at one point, and that last one we still remember. We had this visual of him trying to get up and him wobbly and everything.
The hands, the fingers, the fencer's pose.
I mean, we can't pretend that at that moment we didn't already think it's over. I mean, the fact that he got back on the field.
Like, hey, man, you can't get back out there after that.
At the same time, when everybody was debating that nationwide at the time, I remember you guys saying, hey, give him a little bit of time to recover and make up his mind on his own, because everybody was trying to push him out and force him out.
What I do remember is Covino being baffled that he's not wearing like the Guardian cap.
Well,
like of all people,
honestly,
like,
how irresponsible.
I know he's a quarterback,
right?
so it might be a little
yeah, but
bulky,
that's just reckless and careless and honestly unprofessional. I think like safety first here. I know it's a goofy look, but he should be wearing the Guardian cap more than anybody, and he chose not to. So based on this, and there's so many levels to the story, right? And Danny G already said it. The drama is tomorrow night, Falcons, Dolphins. The Dolphins are paying this dude all that money anyway, right? $40-something million. Does
Tua go to both sidelines and say thanks for the money?
Thank
you, guys. Thank you.
His performance is such a factor, meaning is he still on the team? Is he still on the league? Will anyone else give him a chance? Let's say he does get cut, right? He underperforms. All it's going to take for another team to pick him up is like $1 million.
$1 million?
$1 million. Because, I mean, you're not risking that much because the Dolphins already he's covering that cost.
He's getting paid even more. Check these numbers out. He's getting roughly $54 million for 2026. Atlanta only paying the vet minimum of $1.215.
And, dude, honestly, I think it's pretty sad. Because you want to see the guy succeed.
You
know the path he went through. You know that he suffered from injury and concussion and things like that.
Next time we have a contract negotiation, you should be like, I just want the vet minimum.
The vet minimum, man.
$1.2 million. I just want the vet minimum.
So it might be his last chance tomorrow night against his former team.
Everyone should tell their boss that next time you go through a little meeting with the boss. Hey, I'm not asking for a lot, but I just want the vet minimum. of an NFL player. So listen,
Let me ask you this, Rich. What did the All-Valley champion Johnny Lawrence say? One of his most famous lines. You remember? I guess I'll just give it to you.
hold on. I'm picturing a Coors Banquet in his hand. Are you talking young or old,
No,
Johnny?
I'm talking Karate Kid.
Oh,
They
maybe,
were in Halloween costumes at the
maybe,
time.
why don't you leave well enough alone?
Couldn't leave
well enough alone.
You
Could
couldn't.
you?
Just call him a little jerk or a little twerp. You little jerk. Couldn't leave well enough alone. And then it became his sort of tagline in Cobra Kai, leaving well enough alone. And this becomes a conversation of course, we wish Tua the best. And all eyes will be on his performance tomorrow. There's so many factors involved. Last chance, Penix. Does he get picked up if he does bad? Like, who knows?
Well,
Cooper Rush is third string,
Yeah, I
of
was
course,
gonna
from
say,
the Cowboys.
There's a lot to analyze here, and I was saying not to put you on the spot, but you know what makes me feel frantic when we talk about these pressure situations?
Metallica
What's
style?
that?
No, Billy Joel, the song Pressure, that song just sounds frantic.
No, Frantic by Metallica sounds frantic.
That's another good one. Either one works.
Pressure by Billy Joel sounds like pressure.
Dun, 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 dun. It's just the idea of a performance could really mean I'm QB1 or maybe playing myself out of the league. There's so much pressure on Tua
There really
because
is.
Cooper Rush is a suitable backup, and if Michael Penix Jr., if they're pushing for him, he could be ready on day one. Kevin Stefanski, who we forget, first year with the Falcons, could Kevin Stefanski make a decision like by end of game tomorrow? Are we gonna have a true answer, Danny? Because there's no announcement on QB1 right now, correct?
Correct. All we know for sure is that Penix Jr. has been medically cleared for 11 on 11.
Well, like I said before, couldn't leave well enough alone. And I say that because, look, we know it's not our decision as fans. It's their career, it's their legacy, it's their chance to play. So ultimately, it's their decision. But we as fans, we sometimes say, man, I don't know, maybe you should hang it up, dude. But they always go back, and it makes you think of the other people in sports and in life that just hung around way too long.
Yeah.
And, we always look back and we say, man, they should have called it quits. But it is their life. It's their choice. And for me, because we caught the tail end of it as
And I
kids.
don't want your life.
No, but, when I think of people that overstayed their welcome
I don't want your life.
and couldn't leave well enough alone, I think of the great Muhammad Ali, who in his prime was unbeatable. And you could say this about so many boxers because they never know when to quit, right? They're their own
That's
worst
true.
enemy.
Boxing is a great category for
If
this
you could
conversation.
leave with all your marbles or all your mentals, that's the goal. You made your money, so dip out like Terrence Crawford, right? Like that's what he's doing right now, supposedly, but he'll get the itch again, probably. When we were kids and when we see or look back, I should say, to Muhammad Ali, he was losing to people way subpar. Even Mike Tyson. You could say that about so many people who just didn't dip out when they should have.
At least for Tyson, you knew it was solely for the money. Like Mike Tyson made it very clear, like it's a payday. I remember the one fight he said, "I don't have the fighting guts. I'm doing it because I need the money." At least there was an understanding. Like, all right, at least we get it. I think of players that, again, it's their life. They want to keep playing, but in the world of fighting, we just saw him not even make it through the first minute of the first round. Practically a minute. Conor McGregor.
On first kick?
He came back, and everyone's like, all right, is this the deal? After what happened.
I don't know, and he's committed to come back. It's going to take a year.
But
he's
you really-
committed.
but-
He's saying he's going to do it, and it's like, yo, dude, don't do it. But they're going to do it.
Yeah, there would be no shame if you called it quits, Conor. But McGregor wants to come back. I also think of
Couldn't leave well enough alone.
I think of the idea of if you're such a competitive athlete, there's always that part of you that thinks, I could still do it. I know it. Like former Met, former Dodger, former Angel, former a lot of places. Noah Syndergaard. Remember Thor?
Of course.
This guy looked like a superhero in the
Didn't he
mound.
date somebody famous?
Alex Cooper, call her daddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was a stud.
Alex Cooper, when they dated, he was more popular.
Yep.
So the reality is, I saw an interview with him the other day saying that when he sees DeGrom and Wheeler and some of his old teammates out there, he still feels like, I still got it. I know I could do it. Meanwhile,
Yeah, but who are we to say, right?
I know, but like
Tommy John, Danny G, I don't want to butcher the late, great Tommy John's quote, but he said failing sometimes or having a bad season or just struggling through a season all depends on how old you are. You could struggle at 30-something years old, and yeah, you're just having a bad season or whatever. you're struggling at 40-something years old, yeah, you're done. Your career's over.
Yeah, I see that sentiment.
Right? Like, it's the same thing. It's just your age that's determining the factor here.
I'll give you a guy that he kept trying because he thought he still had it. And, you know, in baseball, sometimes it's losing a millisecond on your swing. It's all the like you could beep, beep, little second. I mean, one of the smoothest left-handed strokes of the last 25 years. He was a Yankee. He was a Mariner. He was a Met. Robinson Cano.
One of the greats. Should have been a Hall of Famer.
Just the craziest idea to think that at one point, Danny, would you agree, top 5 hitter in the league, lefty, smooth?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Just everything about
he was
Robbie
so
Cano.
smooth. People accused him of like hot dogging it and being lazy. It's just that he was so smooth.
And
it looked like he wasn't even trying hard.
It got to the point where he played in the minors. It was embarrassing because he had to wear a SpongeBob SquarePants uniform for a game. Then he came back. Remember, he came back. He was on the Padres for a minute. He tried, and it just, my goodness, like, you know, last chance summer dance, as they say, last chance. And tomorrow, you got to ask yourself, Tua may find a job as a backup somewhere because there's always a
Where though, Rich?
No, I'm saying like in the field. Like I think as a backup,
but with the health concerns, you really think an NFL team is gonna be like, that's our dude for our backup quarterback?
I mean, you're right about that. I do think though that Tua could argue that now with a lot of teams moving forward, you know, a lot of teams will pick up a QB3. Like I think we're on the path of a lot of teams carrying a third quarterback.
Would he want to do that? I mean, you're talking about a $50+ million quarterback.
But you know what, though, Danny G? When you get older, I don't know. My outlook on backup QBs changed because, again, it's their life, it's their legacy, and if they want to play and hold the clipboard and still make a few $1 million, you know, who are we to tell them not to? So I do understand that. I understand the urge of wanting to still, like, feel like you're part of something, and why not get paid to just stand out there and wait?
It would almost be like you guys sliding backwards and you were on a college radio station.
I get it.
Think about it.
I'm
not saying you're so prideful you wouldn't do it, but it's just really hard. It's hard to go that far back.
Go from a top pick, Alabama, all the clout, everyone loving you, to like trying to fight for a backup spot. I get it.
I'm going to throw two legendary names out there.
The
who
ego
could
situation.
be added to this list, maybe. But it's not because they weren't still bringing it, but they ended up putting their organization in a bad spot, right, by staying around too long. And Danny G, I say this with the utmost respect, 100% respectfully. Kobe Bryant did that, stuck around maybe just a little too long. I know he had legendary games at the end, and same thing could be said about Derek Jeter. But because they
Jeannie
stayed,
gave Kobe that extra money, remember, which like tied their hands with a cap.
But Jeter, for as great as he was too, and both guys very similar in their greatness, and I say it respectfully. But Jeter stayed around so long that he ended up dealing with that ankle injury. Remember, he broke his ankle. He wanted to come back, but he stayed around so long with the organization that it put them in a bad spot moving forward later on too, because they revolved it around him. So people that overstayed their welcome couldn't leave well enough alone. This could be the story with Tua after dealing with all these concussions, and we'll find out tomorrow.
Because you got to ask yourself, who's the next team that would take a chance? Again, I truly believe that there'll be a team in a jam that was like, oh, back up, we need a spot starter or Tua. I get that. That's a chance. But I think, Danny, we could all 100% agree with certainty.
Yo, Rich.
If he can't win a quarterback job at his age and with the experience he has over Michael Penix, who has time, who's also a little banged up, and Cooper Rush.
Who was banged up in Cooper Rush? So who was he really battling in training camp?
He had nothing. He like the only person that could beat him is himself, and it seems like that's what's happening. I just look at Tua as a guy that's like, there's no team that would give him a chance to start. Like, he'll never enter a training camp again fighting for a job. It'll automatically be designated like, you're not the guy, but you might find a spot on the team. This is his last chance to be a starter by design.
I got three more to add to the list.
Would you agree with that? Starter?
100%.
By design.
I don't think there's any question.
For all we know, he may play for the Panthers in 6 years as a backup, and he's a second-string backup, third string, and gets in a game because he's still hanging around. But the idea of Tua being a starting quarterback in this league,
and by the way, he's only
that ship may have sailed.
All right, what happens? God forbid he gets hurt again.
That's all. Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, he's really putting himself at risk.
How much do you think he needs to ball out tomorrow night in order for the Falcons to be like, you know what? Let's give Penix Jr. a couple more weeks, and we'll go with Tua right now. Ooh. What kind of performance does he need to have?
Not fumbling the ball, scrambling on the pocket. Not being if he's like 5 for 13 for 60 yards, like that's not going to cut it. He needs to have a pretty productive night.
And
the Dolphins,
and like Danny G said, extra motivation is he's playing his former team.
And
like there's so much motivation on the line for the guy.
But you also think, it's a team that gave up on him, right?
Yeah.
It's a team, though, that's like
still paying him.
No, the Dolphins. Yeah, they're paying him.
The Dolphins are not good.
Like Malik Willis, I guess I saw a report that he had to call the offense together to be like, guys, we need to get our heads.
Oh
in this
yeah, they
game.
might be the worst team in the league.
Like the Dolphins are not very good. So if he struggles against backup Dolphins,
yeah, that's not a good look. So yeah, you know what? To answer Danny's question, Danny, he has to
backup
be
Dolphins
noticeably dominant because
Ray Finkel's getting in the game tomorrow.
Yeah, we're talking
backup
a Dolphins team that's not supposed to be
soccer style kicker,
not supposed to be so good. Hey, a few more names I'll add to the list that overstayed their welcome a little bit. And again, I say that respectfully. But, Rich, too, in the wrestling world, anytime you see, and you remember, in the latter stages of Andre the Giant, the guy could barely move.
Yeah,
I mean, he had so many back injuries.
They needed the name and
they
the gimmick.
needed the name and the gimmick, but
he'd hobble into the ring. It
was
was terrible.
He wasn't even moving. The guy could barely lift his leg
when
at
you
that
watch
point.
any Hogan documentary.
And that was the other one I was going to say.
Yeah, Hogan, towards the end, is like, come on, you're going to tell me this
Hogan couldn't do anything, but they kept bringing him out there, and you know what? The crowd got tired of it, unfortunately, and may he rest in peace. And here's another one in the music world.
But the Andre one was wild because Andre the Giant, even in the 80s, even in 1987, we're talking, Sam, almost 40 years ago, Andre the Giant was questionable if he could fight Hogan in that legendary WrestleMania 3 and
up
the
until the
Pontiac
last second.
Yeah, because he was so banged up that when you watch that now, you're a little kid and you're like, my God, Hogan,
dude, he
Andre
had
the Giant.
all those back surgeries and everything.
You pity him. It's like you sympathize for him. It's like, this is awful. I don't want to see this.
Listen, I'm not a big wrestling guy. I was then when I was a kid. But when you remember guys like Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart or Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, they would move around the ring and do crazy moves.
They became real acrobatic.
Andre the Giant was the opposite of that. Remember, he would be like, he would just walk around, and like Hogan would knock him down, and that would be the end of it.
He probably hurt really bad.
He stayed too long, you know.
Have you guys seen Steven Seagal in some of his later movies? Like, the guy can barely move. He's overweight. He's stiff. He can't do the same stuff he did in the 90s
Sam,
and 80s.
He could take you down with his finger. Shut your mouth.
Probably, yeah. He could. But
I want to add our video producer Spot's brother to this list because he's still at the club and he's 40. He's 50 something.
Yep.
And he's still at the club.
Yeah.
I think he overstayed his welcome there at the Jersey Shore. And I have a music answer that I'll get to next. Okay,
perfect. More CNR right here on Fox Sports Radio. Now, if you work in logistics, you know one thing. Nothing moves without you. And right now, companies everywhere are looking for skilled people who can keep their supply chain running strong. Find your next job through Express Employment Professionals.
At Express Employment Pros, logistics isn't just another career field. It's a specialty, from warehouse associates and forklift operators to shipping and receiving CDL drivers, inventory coordinators, and more. Express connects you with roles that keep business moving.
Yeah, go to expresspros.com, find that location near you, give them a call. Whether you need to get your foot in the door, contract work, full-time work, Express finds you a job where your skills fit and your experience matters.
Whether you need to get your foot in the door, you got to go to expresspros.com. And the best part, Express, there's never any fees for job seekers. Take that.
Get that foot in the door, bro.
Top that, man.
Are you ready for your next shift, your challenge, your next big move? Let Express help you get that logistics job.
My foot in the door. All right.
You got your foot in the door? I hope so.
Oh, it's in there.
Visit expresspros.com today. Stop searching alone. Get support, get options, and get to work.
Get your foot in the door.
Foot in the door. you said you like a nice Heine, but $140 Heine? A trailer park Heine?
Are we talking your 40 Slimers, or as Danny G said, your 40 Crimers?
Dude, Jed York. I hate to even drag the name of the CEO and, principal owner of the team I love so much. You know me, number one Niners fan on the network. But, I just question this.
Jed.
I just question this, and I think we could all think this.
A guy named Jed has trailer park, I don't know.
Oh, how dare you.
Antics.
His name, you think his name is,
Yeah.
Jed who fled.
So
Jed.
My thought is this.
Sounds like a shady guy.
Much like you, Cove.
Jed.
Every time an athlete or a celebrity has some drunk driving, Tony Romo, or some type of celebrity or someone gets pulled over and you're like, dude, you got so much money, get a driver. And it's always the answer, get a driver. My thought for Jed York, and you could say, how about not at all? But my answer is this. If you are the principal owner, CEO of, and you could say the same about Robert Kraft, allegedly back in the day. I don't want to, I hate to bring these things up. People make mistakes, but
Don't forget Tucker.
Justin Tucker, you're telling me that there wasn't a more high-end, safer, legitimate, mutually beneficial route? Like you're telling me there's not a route a man like that could have taken than going to a trailer park for $140. I know everyone has their horny moments. Don't get me wrong.
You, bro, his name's Jed. Anyone named Jed is susceptible to shady antics.
You're telling me older. He could have went on sites that are borderline legal. Aren't there rich guy sites where it's you get little you could be a sugar daddy to some hot young something? What? Why is he doing this? Why is
what
he
sites are these?
No, but you there's old guys that could get with younger girls that just pay their rent. You're telling me his best option was to go to a trailer park for $140? It's just
no.
the risk and the reward. I don't know.
Let's make sense. We always assume that everybody knows the story, and most of you do. I get it, right? We sort of live this stuff, and we have social media. But Rich already said it. 49ers owner, principal owner, CEO Jed York was arrested in Ohio, and it's a prostitution-related case. And Rich already said it. 140 buckaroos.
Those main
in
charges.
A trailer park thing where he met this woman online, and he made some really, really weak decisions. That's why we said the 40 crimers, the 40 slimers, or whatever. This is the type of behavior you expect from your weakest of friends.
You expect this behavior from your truck driving buddy that's with a lot that he
your
meets
buddy
a lot,
Bo Evil.
Your buddy Bo Evil, who I was I got with a lot lizard when I was driving across the country.
Man, desperate times call for desperate measures. But we had a blast.
Some truck driver that was hey, if you go to the bathroom stall, knock 3 times, some girls in there.
Yeah.
This
and
is
I'm not judging,
behavior.
bro. We're not judging, but when you got again for the regular fella who's gonna do what he has to do, whatever. I'm not judging you.
Oh, regular
but when
guy,
you're
okay.
the owner of the 49ers and you're taking these type of chances, man, I'm sorry to say this to you, Rich. Your team doesn't deserve the win.
Oh, stop
this
it.
is some
hold on.
behavior.
The other team that had an owner that did some stuff like this ended up with a dynasty. So maybe
this is even weaker, bro. This is a really weak decision, and that's what it gets you thinking about. Everybody. Well, see, I can't even say everybody. Why would I even defend? This guy.
Right.
I wouldn't go to a trailer park for $140.
Covino in our in-show chat. It's Covino and Rich, FSR on YouTube. Carl checks in. He says, whole time I thought quest for 6 is what Jed was saying. Didn't know he meant hashtag quest for sex.
Oh, that's the hashtag was off this whole time. Now, Ilo, can you just give us the when you've done this before? No, can you just give us the details? So the charges were dropped. Prostitution was dropped, right? It became a lesser charge, apparently, from what I'm reading.
It was technically amended, and what's so fascinating is I have never heard of that happening ever before, of a prostitution charge being amended to a disorderly conduct charge. I'm sure if that would have happened to somebody who is not
Jed York?
Obscenely rich, I'm sure the exact same thing would have happened.
We're talking about overstaying your welcome and should have left well enough alone. And look, it's not our right to.
You have no right.
Well, I guess we have a right to think that, but they essentially could do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, it's true. Athletes, celebrities, anyone that just stays around a little too long. And we were saying how Tua, how does the president say his name, Sam? Tua.
Tagovailoa.
You got it? Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam.
Sam, we believe in you. Come on, man.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Well, if you're listening live, you also hear Guns N' Roses in the background.
Tagovailoa.
And I
Tagovailoa.
play GNR respectfully. Of course, I'm a big fan, but everybody knows that Axl Rose just isn't the same.
Oh, they're
and again,
terrible. You're being so polite. I saw Guns N' Roses.
Well, I'm being polite because
in
it's
Nashville.
it's still their legacy.
Terrible.
It's still their catalog, their career. It's still their choice.
I saw the worst thing they ever did was bring out Carrie Underwood, and I'll tell you why. I saw Guns N' Roses at a buddy's bachelor party in Nashville. Guns N' Roses was terrible.
Rich called them Buns and Roses.
It was buns and hoses. Terrible.
Good one.
Shut up.
That sounds like a porno.
Buns and hoses.
Oh, boy.
Sam, I'll send you the link.
Don't open it, Sam.
By the way, all right, I'm going to add to the list.
Let me explain.
I don't want to, I don't want to pile on Axl.
I don't care. I saw Axl. His voice was so decrepit that he made the mistake of bringing out the amazing Carrie Underwood to duet Sweet Child of Mine. They went back and forth, and it was like glorious ass. Glorious bleh. Like, every time she had the vocals, it was crystal clear, loud, and on point. When he grabbed the mic, it was trash. And by the way, congrats to Carrie Underwood. I believe she's, for what, the 20th year in a row doing the Sunday Night Football
Waiting
theme?
all day for
Sunday night. She gets paid $1 million a week for that.
That's crazy.
$1 million
bless her.
a week?
She does, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I mean, to be fair, nobody's...
It's like what Rob Parker gets paid at the network.
Yeah, that's the Rob Parker contract, right? Nobody's what they once were. That's just the truth. But when you see Axl Rose get out there and he can't even sing the high notes anymore, he can't sing really at all a lot of times. You're like,
So you mean
man.
I shouldn't get tickets? Because this past weekend I saw a big billboard here in L.A. and it said Guns N' Roses featuring Ice Cube live at one of the big
I would still appreciate
casinos
it.
here.
I really would. I think you should go,
Because
Danny.
you could go to also see Slash play. He's one of the best guitar players of all time. I have a friend, though, who saw, I think it was Metallica and Guns N' Roses touring a few years ago, and he's like, Guns N' Roses played for like 3 hours, but he's like, I left towards the end of it because he's like, I just was kind of bored. Like, it wasn't blowing me away.
I don't take any joy in saying this one either, but have you ever heard the song? You ever heard the song Kickstamaha? You never heard the song Kickstamaha?
Okay.
Well, let me tell you, Vince Neil, respectfully, because he's a Vato Loco forever. Vince Neil, man, he can't sing the way he used to, and not everybody can. I'm trying to be fair, but we're also trying to say, like, hey, sometimes people need to know when
To hold him?
know when
fold
to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Rich, was it Color Me Bad? Which pop group like that recently went viral because the dudes were all bigger? And
Oh, that's Color Me Bad, yeah.
was
The
it
lead
Color
singer,
Me Bad?
Yeah, he got real
Yeah.
big. And I'll add one more to this list respectfully because the guy's 195 years old. But if they keep pushing Frankie Valli into 4 seasons out there, I think it's gone a little too far. Frankie Valli.
Dude, it's like Weekend at Bernie's when you see that.
It looks like there's a wax figure on stage, and it looks like an animatronic from Disneyland. So it's like, yo, man,
Showbiz Pizza Place.
let the guy rest.
I mean, Color Me Bad, they're going to need extra crayons with the size of those guys.
So when
That's
you think of
not nice.
people that
Kidding,
overstayed
not.
their welcome, we only wish Tua the best, but it might be his last shot tomorrow night against his former team, the Dolphins. And I'm really excited to see how this pans out because I'm rooting for the guy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There is, again, just because it's football, we'll watch. Like tonight, Danny G, we're going to go watch a little Niners.
Fernando.
Little Niners
Wore my
Raiders.
Fernando shirt for you, Rich.
I figure we watch the first few series, get some wings, check it out, see what's doing.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the Niners, is there any report of whether or not the Niners are even starting their players? I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked at it because I saw the
I'll
point
look
spread.
up the latest on that for
I
you.
know it's a preseason game, but Vegas has the Raiders as a favorite, which makes me wonder if Kyle Shanahan already said,
It just means we're a better team than you.
shut them down now. Who knows? Maybe the major distraction of Jed York, who, by the way, I totally got that guy's back.
Bet you do.
Oh, by the way,
Justin Tucker lookalike.
You know, Rich wants to talk about
Jed York.
on Overpromised today. Our bonus podcast, Overpromised, new episode debuts today, 153. Rich says that, get this, Jed has done nothing wrong, and I can't wait to find out what he means by that.
No.
In an hour and a half on our YouTube page, Overpromised, at Fox Sports Radio, at Covino and Rich, FSR.
Cool. Can't wait. Excited. All right, let's go to, you know what? We can move along, but I'd rather say hi to Isaac Lowenkron and get an update. Let's see what's doing. What's up, buddy?
Hello, fellas. Top story of the day comes from the NFL as the Brown County, Wisconsin District Attorney formally charged Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs with misdemeanor battery and misdemeanor criminal damage to property. Now, back in May, Jacobs was originally also booked on domestic abuse and felony strangulation charges, which he no longer faces. Seattle Seahawks defensive tackle Leonard Williams agreed to a 3-year, $90 million extension with $56 million guaranteed. The Los Angeles Rams reuniting with receiver Tutu Atwell. They acquired him from the Dolphins today for running back Jarquez Hunter. Atwell played in the first 5 seasons of his career for the Rams before he signed a 1-year deal with the Dolphins in March. The Indianapolis Colts removed receiver Alec Pierce from the physically unable to perform list. Finally, big news in the National Hockey League.
Let's set the tone in here now.
United States Olympic gold medal winning goaltender and 3-time Vezina Trophy winner as the NHL's top goalkeeper, Connor Hellebuck has publicly requested a trade from the Winnipeg Jets. Hellebuck said he privately requested a trade several months ago, but is now going public. Guys, all yours.
Thank you, Ilo. And you brought up Tutu Atwell. Tonight, Danny just said it's the twos against the twos, so 2-2. Niners backups, Raiders backups. So you'll
To
probably
start
see,
the game,
you'll
and
see
then
some,
deeper.
Yeah, you'll see some Mac Jones and some Fernando, which is cool, right? I mean, that's the fun of a rookie QB. When they say backups, those rookies get reps.
Get their chance, get their
yeah,
shot.
We'll watch tonight.
And a little more pressure on Mike Washington Jr., who we've talked about this preseason
Oh, yeah, it'd be exciting to watch.
because of Gentry's ankle injury.
How'd you feel? I know it's more 49ers inside stuff, but how do you feel about people asking Kyle Shanahan, how do you feel about Stribling? And he's like, I'm not impressed with the preseason because it doesn't matter. I'm more impressed with what he's doing at camp with the team in practice. Is that just is that like a way of just really emphasizing how they really don't care about preseason? Like, I don't care what he's doing in the preseason
No,
games.
man, because when I'm watching Hard Knocks, it seems like they care about preseason.
Yeah.
Even Sam Darnold was saying, right, Danny G? Did I mishear what he said when he said, I could have sworn Sam Darnold said on the most recent episode that he actually likes it because he gets sick of playing against his own team.
Yeah, the joint practices, he said, it's refreshing to go up against different guys finally.
So, I mean, it can't say it doesn't matter, but.
By the way, Fred Warner, team leader, and Kyle Shanahan both said yesterday that they both see social media. They both know what's going on with Jed York, and they respect him and love him and really have nothing else to say. And I have nothing else to say until our bonus pod when I get a little more unleashed because I think Jed York has done nothing wrong. I have a question.
Nothing wrong.
I have a
Here we
question.
go.
Here's my question for
That's
you.
a headline.
Yeah, 49er boy.
Question for you. Danny, would it feel better to you if it was a $20,000 high-end prostitute?
It's the third rail, my man.
Dude, would that feel better for you?
Driving a Ford Escort, are we?
Is it because it's a cheap rate and you feel like he's taking advantage?
It
Because
wasn't
it's
even a real
consensual.
person. Let's just be clear on that.
Yeah.
It was a sting
A
operation.
sting. So because it's a sting, do you think
With Robert Redford.
if you found out like, oh, Jed York was at the Four Seasons and it was a high-end call girl, would you think differently?
Who cares what he does in his personal life, honestly?
I have a question because I feel
as
like
long as he's not hurting anybody. But, Rich, here's the deal. Since he's leading your organization, Rich is a huge 49er fan, this is the kind of distraction you want your players to not step in this kind of muck. So
you know what?
if you're stepping in it, that's a problem.
I agree that it's a lead by example. That is the only guilt of Jed York that I think is like, wow, because the reality is like,
How about he's guilty of being a dope?
Yeah, mind
he
you,
looks like a dope.
Mind you, even the cops at the end of the clip. Did you see the cops at the end of the clip were like,
Yeah.
this guy's powerful. What is he doing?
Just amazes me a guy who looks as dopey as that could be the owner of the 49ers.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious.
It's my guy.
I just don't know how people like that get that far in
Well,
life.
I'm just
We were talking about this with Dan and Monty, and for
Yeah.
Stu Guys, it's like you could have millions of dollars. Doesn't mean you're always going to make great decisions, especially if you're in a bad place in life.
Yeah, no, understood. Understood. You know
People
what?
make
Save
mistakes.
it.
I'll save it, but I'll just say this. You can't, out of one side of your mouth, be this younger generation of people that are like, OnlyFans, own your sexuality, sex workers, and then be appalled when a guy is a consumer of a sex worker.
Isn't it the world's oldest or second oldest profession is prostitution?
They always say that.
Since the beginning of human civilization.
And again, Sam, I said this to Covino
After
earlier.
DJing.
Doesn't make it right. It
said-
doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive to be better people.
Sam, I said this to Covino earlier today, and I'll talk about it more on the bonus pod, a little more uncensored. That way I have a little more leeway. But the reality is, like, we applaud younger people and give them high fives for, like, owning their sexuality, and, like, OnlyFans is, like, highlighted in, like, mainstream
We meaning
media.
society,
not
not
me.
we
Like,
meaning us.
like, but people do. And then it's like, if it's consensual,
Right.
who cares? If it was sex trafficking or
Yes,
something terrible like that.
pimping, sex trafficking, that's the real dark underbelly of prostitution.
Let it be known, no one could get behind that. If there's some type of sex trafficking or pimping, like you said,
if
that's
people are
terrible.
in this job willingly,
But
and
if
they
this
like
is,
it,
if this is some woman
that's how they make money.
If this is a woman that's like, no, I'm willingly on my own accord doing this. Why is it any of our business to drag both of them? You know, I don't know. We'll talk about more later in a little more weird way on Overpromised.
Sounds good. And remember, later today, in about 10 minutes, Old School when 50 hits, your chance to get involved, Fox Sports Radio Nation, all right? Because let's just say it has to do with things you were oddly good at as a kid back in the day. Sound good?
We'll get to that. And then on Old School, we're
Yeah.
going to talk about some feuds in the world of sports.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're getting everything confused.
Yeah,
That's okay. You're
that's
thinking
right.
about Jed York at $140. I feel you.
I'm thinking what I would do at $140.
There's a lot. All right, hey, more Covino and Rich next right here on Fox Sports Radio. My guy, your guy, Drew Brees on the Covino and Rich Show. What's up, Drew?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing
Great
great.
to see you.
It's NFL Hall of Famer Drew Brees. That's the
Yeah,
official title. Moving
Every
forward.
time he's introduced, I heard he wants to be referred to that way.
So awesome, dude.
I got an honorary doctorate from Purdue this year too, so you're gonna have to throw a doctor in front of that as well.
Dr.
Yeah,
Drew Brees on the show.
that's right.
That is so great. I love that. We have so many questions for you. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you being here. In for Dan Patrick, Covino, and Rich. When it comes to the NFL Hall of Fame, I mean, obviously you're a man that does your prep. You made it this far, but how much prep goes into that speech?
So much. It's one
Really?
of it's one of the one of the hardest things I've had to prepare for, because you just have you have a limited amount of time, you know, and yet you've got this entire, not just career, but life. I mean, you become so reflective over the last, 8 months, ever since they announced that Hall of Fame. And it's like, how can I possibly convey all of my gratitude and appreciation and thank all the people I want to thank in the amount of time that you're given? I mean, really, it's like you're writing a book, and then you have to condense the book down into, they tell you 8 to 10 minutes. I was about twice that.
Yeah.
But you want to do it in a way too that, like, look, you recognize a lot of the people that are in the stands are sitting out in the hot, humid sun for 2.5 hours. So you're trying to entertain them a little bit, with stories and, some laughter. But of course the emotions are going to come out, and you just want to properly convey that to all the people that were such an important part of the journey.
You know, again, you've done it all, but I got to ask, do you start getting nervous about that? Do you feel the nerves? So much prep, such a big moment. Does it get nerve-wracking for you?
Yeah, definitely. But honestly, I would say, look, that Hall of Fame experience it's all the time leading up to it and the anticipation, but then, you're in Canton for 5 days and there's all these unbelievable things that you're doing. And a lot of it, I think they intentionally keep a surprise from you so that they get your, authentic reaction and emotion to it. Starting with, there's a toast in the bus gallery on Thursday night, during that week. And I remember walking in that room, and of course it's already, just an epic experience with all the busts just lit up, but it's kind of that dim feel. And then all the Hall of Famers are in there. And here's Mean Joe Green and Willie Lanier toasting us all. And then I reach over and I'm clinking glasses with Lawrence Taylor. And I'm like, dude, where am I? Right? Like I just got transported to this unbelievable place. And then the gold jacket dinner, when you kind of walk through the aisle of guys and they're welcoming you into the Hall of Fame. And Joe Montana, who was a childhood idol of mine, is putting on my gold jacket. And all that leads up to the enshrinement. And then finally, it's like the party that night, you can just kind of relax and cut loose. And that was really a big celebration for everybody who came in town to be a part of that moment. But it's just so many elements of the experience that all wrapped into just all that feeling and emotion, man. It was awesome.
Drew, we're the same age, and Joe Montana was also a childhood hero of mine, so that must have been a cool moment for you. As you're in your 40s, do you find yourself getting more emotional when you're doing things with your kids and everything? Like, what happened to me? Like, do you feel like you're the emotional Drew Brees now, or what?
1,000%, man, 1,000%. Here's the other thing about the speech. So, there were so many different iterations of the speech. I practiced it. I actually I went to the high school stadium here in town, and I stood on the bleachers and I gave the speech to the field, like as if I was in the. I was trying to put myself in the moment so many times, visualize it, like the people in the state. I really. And like I cried 50 times writing this speach.
How'd you feel making Sean Payton cry when he found out he was going to introduce you?
Oh yeah. That was awesome. I was trying to find a way to surprise him, by asking him to be my presenter. And so I was actually going to fly to him. I was going to go to Denver or, wherever he was and surprise him. So my wife and his wife were kind of, planning this. And then all of a sudden I just happened to FaceTime him, and he was with all of the Saints guys. They were on a golf trip. And I was like, okay, this is actually the perfect moment because he's
Cano and Rich. And if you miss any of today's show, any shows ever, catch the podcast. Danny G puts a best of the week up as well. Everything at Covino and Rich, or just search Covino and Rich wherever you stream your podcasts. And of course, we're streaming live right now, meaning you could watch the show, watch it live now, and chat it up with Ric Flair. Hey, Ric Flair's chiming in. Jones 199, Coleman Johnson, Scott for Mayor, a lot of people chiming in on the live chat. Then you can watch the show and watch Overpromised, our bonus pod that starts at 4 p.m. on the West, 7 p.m. on the East. Overpromised 153, where Rich defends his hero.
My hero.
Jed York.
My hero.
We'll do that on Overpromised today.
Tell everyone what Big Mike, who said to you when he walked in a few minutes ago.
You do know that prostitution's illegal. I'm like, yeah, I know, but come on. Is it? I guess it is.
At Covino
Depends
and
on where you
FSR.
are.
On a Throwback Thursday, we're going to go old school in a few. If you are watching our chat, look at this. I found this online. Does anyone else remember
Looks
Hogan?
like you found it on a homeless man. Looks like you found it on a hobo.
It's not the most quality T-shirt, but remember Rockin'
Looks like you
Wrestling?
found it on a 4-year-old.
Remember the Hulk Hogan wrestling cartoons?
It's pretty small. No, that's awesome. I'm
okay.
joking, bro. I'm trying to get people to look.
Okay.
Well-dressed hobo.
I got to take a look at it. I like T-shirts like that old school
I do.
cartoon look.
I like it.
Before we
You're
go
a
old
well-dressed
school,
hobo.
let me ask you guys a question. This is the
Can you
dumbest.
do it in 30 seconds?
Yes, it's the dumbest 30-second question. I'm really starting to forget about our show and really just look forward to watching football tonight. I'm not going to lie. We have an hour left, and don't worry, I'm going to bring it. But I'm really focused on having some wings with you guys.
You're going to walk really fast to Buffalo Wild
Let me
Wings.
tell you, I'm like, 1 hour, and I get to eat wings with you guys. little preseason Niners-Raiders action. Is it weird if you get wings but don't get buffalo wings? Like, is it weird if I'm like opting not to get that flavor? Like, can you?
Oh, you mean the OG?
Like the OG flavor?
Yeah,
Do you have to get the
Get
OG
some
flavor?
Get some
Orange?
Asian
Not weird at all.
zing, bro. Not
No,
weird at
no.
all.
Okay,
Get
I
some
feel like-
mango habanero and
Get some,
Lemon pepper? If I get like lemon pepper,
like
if
the
I
honey
did,
chipotle, whatever they got.
so
Yeah.
like we don't need to just be like, and some regular?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, I like
fine.
regular buffalo.
I draw the line at vegan wings, though, if they have those.
Ooh, yeah, what is that?
Monty got it for us once. They're not bad, honestly.
I'm just saying you don't have to
Digestible.
go traditional buffalo always. All right, so
Blue cheese?
look at we'll do it. We'll do it up and watch some football, but look at the clock. We do it every Thursday. Let's go.
There's a certain. Yeah! What we gonna do right here is go back. Back into time.
Throwing it back for a Thursday. Old school when 50 hits. At 50 after, CNR give you the time capsule topic, and we reminisce together.
All right, so get this. Put on your thinking cap. Do you have one, Rich? Did they make one big
You know
enough?
what I thought of before? The dumbest thing. You guys were talking about Slash.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you think he tried out any other style hat before he went with the top hat?
Yeah, probably. He used to
You think
wear a
there was-
Viking hat.
Did
Didn't
he
work.
get it like a Viking? Yeah, like
Yeah.
a Minnesota
Never seen the top
Vikings
of his
helmet.
He used to wear a Fred Flintstone water buffalo hat.
Then he said, no, the top hat's
It-
better.
it's funny because the fourth episode of Hard Knocks, the Seahawks are in Tennessee, and all their star players are at a
dope.
specialty cowboy hat
They
shop
got
where
their
they're
cowboy hats.
measuring their heads and shaping the hats.
Honestly, it made me want a quality cowboy hat, like one that fits real nice. For
Erling
that-
Holland style.
For that one time I'll ever wear it.
You wearing a cowboy hat?
Yeah, bro. What, you don't think Mexicans wear cowboy hats? We're the real cowboys.
Do you have a pair of cockroach killers?
Yeah, I got those too.
Cowboy boots and the long tips?
Well, we throw it back on Thursdays. We get everybody involved, and get this. Put your thinking cap on, start thinking back in the day, or even now. Probably still goes on now, because the story is Luke Wilson and Owen Wilson, the Wilson brothers, said that they always get into arguments with their other brother, too. They have another brother, Andrew.
yeah.
Who is Andrew Wilson?
He's like the weird property brother or the weird Manning.
I thought the other brother was Russell Wilson. That's not true?
No.
But anyway, they get into arguments, heated debates. They call them pleasantly heated debates about the Cowboys all the time.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Cowboys.
They even make friendly wagers about like what the record will be, but it's always like every year they're fighting about the Cowboys. And it made us think of those never-ending family arguments about, like, sport debates, family-ending sport debates that just never go away.
Every family has them. Every family has feuded or argued or disagreed about something sports related. And you're right, these things go on and on. And I'll tell you what, it's
We all have annoying family members that think they know everything.
You mean like how everyone in my family argued whether or not Billy could have made it to the majors? Because he was like a minor league player. And he's like, if I didn't get injured, I could have made it to the majors. And my cousin's like, yeah, right. It's been a long time argument.
I can
Wait,
throw a
who
football over
said
the
that?
mountains.
My cousin
Was
told
he's like the Uncle Rico of the family, kind of?
yeah.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
It's like, yeah, every Mexican uncle who says they could have played pro soccer if they didn't hurt their knee when they were kids. They're like, yeah, all right, sure, Papa. I don't believe you.
Papa.
I don't believe you, Tio.
I get into arguments on like chats and in person with my two cousins who are huge Iowa State Cyclone fans. And it's always this back and forth, how Iowa's this or Iowa State's that. It's never ending. It's a good
but you know what
rivalry.
it is? It's weird because it could be a close family friend, but usually a family member, where they'll say someone sucks all the time. And you're like, they don't suck, dude. You just don't
Bias.
like them for whatever reason. And it's always like that constant debate. Like, just this week, I had one with my Uncle Joe. I'm like, hey, man, you watching the Yankees? Like, yeah, Spencer Jones sucks.
I'll give you one about your
What
Uncle
do you
Joe.
mean Spencer Jones sucks.
I'll give you one with your Uncle
Yeah, he's
Joe.
terrible.
That applies to most generational debates. Your Uncle Joe thinks everyone that used to play is better than everyone that does play.
Yes.
If there's a young boxer that Covino talks about, his Uncle Joe's like, yeah, but guess who he's not? And he names like some 80s
Roberto
boxer.
Duran or something. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, but-
Duran was a monster, but I don't know about these. So yeah, you pick the older guy always is better.
So we're going to get to a lot more NFL, but right now, if you want to chime in, best answer, we'll give you some prizes. We'll give some giveaways. Those crazy debates that are never ending in your family, a la the Wilson brothers who fight about the Cowboys every year. So what are your family sports fights? That, NFL, and a bunch more coming up here on Covino and Rich.
Yeah.
Wow.
you would buy CDs. But then you realized there was something called Columbia House. And, dude, I was all about it because, like I said, I grew up loving music. Just as much as I loved sports and collecting baseball cards, I loved getting CDs, opening up the jewel cases, reading if they had lyrics and really diving into those albums. It was the same for me.
I still remember the gimmick. 12 CDs for a penny.
Everybody remembers.
But here's the question.
I mean, you should.
Who ever paid?
Columbia House is shutting down after 71 years. Right? So it's been around a long-ass time.
But how is it still operating?
I don't know. I was shocked. I was more shocked that it was closing down.
Have they heard of something called, Spotify, Apple Music, iHeart, Sirius XM?
They did transition their business.
I know, but
it was one guy working in one office.
But Danny G, I just gave you the options. You're streaming on Spotify. You love Sirius XM. You got the iHeart app. You have Apple Music. They're purchasing music in any other capacity. What was even their business model? What was the business model for Columbia House? I didn't look it up because I don't want to know. What could it possibly be?
No clue. I didn't know it existed until I saw this story.
All right,
shutting its doors after 71 years.
Here were the rules back in the day. The penny deal. 12 cassettes or compact discs, CDs, everyone, for 1 penny, plus a very high shipping and handling cost. The commitment. You agreed with no binding contract other than you could have been living in your college frat house and been like, yeah, my name's Seymour Butts. People, I remember.
Don't you miss those days of being like an anonymous consumer?
I had buddies that would make up 10 different fake names and just they would do this 10 times.
That was the scammeroo.
And get 120 CDs.
All right, so you asked the question though, and I have a confession, I guess.
Okay, well,
consider me the usher of the show.
These are his confessions. Did you get that one for a penny? So you agreed to a specific number of items, usually 6 to 8 CDs or cassettes for a regular price of $14 to $18, and you had to buy 6 to 8 within a year. But with that, you got the 12 free. Each month, Columbia House mailed you a selection of the month card, like a little pamphlet, but no one ever paid. You'd get the 12 for a penny, and then you'd be like, now my name is Seymour Johnson, and you'd get 12 more for a penny. And
Seymour Johnson.
Well, that was your name in the 90s. Huh? But I just wonder who paid.
Well, somebody paid because their business was worth millions and millions of dollars.
Well, when you say to pay or not to pay, I think of you. To pay for sure.
To pay.
To pay. Rich Davis, to pay.
Oh,
thank
man,
you.
he's here. Actually, he's not. He's here just today, guys. Hat trick's over.
I'm trying to distract you from the confession because I know the joke is, and nobody paid. Nobody paid. If Rich was doing a stand-up act, everyone would be like, yeah, and no one paid.
Am I right?
But the truth is, I paid.
Oh my God!
The truth is, I was fooled on the scam. Really,
I think,
meaning, you did pay a penny. That was it. You paid a penny, but then you were responsible. You got 12 CDs. I think you left out one nugget of the deal. You got your 12 CDs for a penny, and you got your CNC Music Factory.
Dude, the selection was.
The Brown County, Wisconsin District Attorney today formally charged Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs with misdemeanor battery and misdemeanor criminal damage to property. Back in May, Jacobs was originally also booked on domestic abuse and felony strangulation charges, which he now no longer faces. Seattle Seahawks defensive tackle Leonard Williams agreed to a 3-year, $90 million extension with $56 million guaranteed. The Los Angeles Rams reuniting with receiver Tutu Atwell. They acquired him from the Miami Dolphins for running back Jarquez Hunter. Atwell played the past 5 seasons for the Rams before signing a 1-year deal with the Dolphins in March. The ACC today became the latest conference to officially ban professional players from returning to college football. The ACC's resolution also applies to men's basketball and women's basketball. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Hey, that's us, Rich.
What's up, bud?
That's us, buddy.
Hey, Pally.
You can put your TikTok down.
I just saw a funny Dolly Parton meme. A lot of people still mourning the death of Dolly Parton. You know they want to rename the Nashville airport after Dolly Parton?
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah,
sounds like a good idea.
I got something you could get behind. Can I read a quote for you?
Sure.
It's, yeah. You know what? I'll find it for you.
You don't even have it?
I have it right here. I just lost it.
Oh, way to
And
go.
9/25 is officially going to be Dolly Parton Day every year.
I got it. Covino, will you honor Dolly by being kind every day?
Yes.
And loving boobs?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it.
She would like that.
I would love that too. In fact, I think I've been honoring her, for years now.
Forever.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, a lot of weird deaths lately, right?
Well,
And
yeah.
also,
Rest in peace. Today, Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime, Transformers, dies at 85.
And we lost Tim Curry yesterday.
so
I love you.
Now, we're Covino and Rich, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios here in Los Angeles. And every Thursday, we get you involved. And we do old school when 50 hits. And today, we're talking about the Wilson brothers. Russell, Luke, and Owen, right? Oh, no, Andrew.
Yeah.
And apparently the whole family fights about the Cowboys all the time. It's been an ongoing family fight to the point where they're always betting on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dak sucks. Dak's going all the way this year. And they're putting bets on it all the time. And it got us thinking about, since we reminisce on Thursdays, if you tell us the funniest argument, like never-ending argument, sports argument, debate, bet that you have with your family, we'll give away some prizes, summer grilling aprons, the koozies, the whole CNR prize pack. But a lot of times you grow up in families that are, Raiders families or Mets families or, maybe you're a fight family and everyone has their favorites and everyone has their thoughts and a bunch of loudmouths and you're always fighting about it constantly, or maybe one never goes away. Rich and I, who we fight like brothers, right? Dude, we always fought about who's the better buffer. Bruce Buffer or Michael Buffer? Who's more of the mammoth iconic buffer? Because if
Michael.
It's definitely Michael, and this guy says Bruce.
That's not true. That's the opposite, you idiot.
No.
They're separated by 12 years. They're half brothers.
No.
You told me Bruce was more.
No, I say Bruce is like better
more relevant.
now.
That was the
Sam, they
conversation.
love
Bruce
each
is
other
more
like
relevant now, but I always say
brothers.
Michael's more iconic.
I mean,
Michael's like 80 in his 80s now.
Our video guy Spot is probably rolling his eyes saying Covino would back Bruce Buffer all those arguments.
You are out of your mind, you bonehead. I've always been a Michael Buffer fan. I'm a boxing fan. So why would I say that? I would say
Spot,
Bruce
join
Buffer's,
Spot,
Bruce
type
Buffer,
in our
See, now we're
YouTube
fighting about it.
channel here if you know the answer.
My
to
argument
this.
would always be, yeah, dude, Michael Buffer's way more legendary. Let's get ready to rumble. He's the most iconic buffer. But when it comes to relevancy right now because of UFC and Bruce Buffer.
You get dropped on your head or something?
Oh, my God. Do you want a karate kick in the throat? Because I know what I would say.
Karate
I'm a
kick.
boxing
You
fan.
think you could crane kick like Daniel LaRussa?
Yeah. Let's get ready to rumble. Because I know that I always think that Michael Buffer's the most iconic.
You get.
I got permission from Michael himself.
Actually,
to say
have
that.
video of Michael Buffer telling me I could say it.
Yes, we have
on my phone.
We have permission. Sam, don't tell us no. We've interviewed Michael Buffer. So we have fought about this for years. Like, who's more stellar, right? Like, who's the guy? Who's really the guy? If you were going to get your life ring announced, who would you want?
I'll give you one that you and I have fought about over years. The dumbest sports debates that you're hung up. Essentially, it's what are the sports debates that you and your friends or family are just hung up on? I can't get past the fact that Covino thinks Don Mattingly is better than Keith Hernandez. Because there was always the debate of who's the better New York first baseman when we were kids.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious to me. It's like Keith Hernandez.
I don't even think it's like remotely close. Keith Hernandez is lame.
Can I just say though?
You mean an MVP and a World Series?
You mean Donnie Baseball?
Keith Hernandez, two-time. He's won World Series and MVPs. But you're right, Don Mattingly.
Don Mattingly never won a World Series.
Anything.
I get it.
Anything.
I know,
Okay.
but he's still the man.
Yeah, okay.
He owned New York.
Keith
Hernandez
had a better mustache even.
I know. I don't think so. I disagree.
Growing up, we had an uncle in Norwalk here in Southern California, and he would always start arguments with the Laker fans in the family that Larry Bird was better than Magic Johnson.
Oh, man,
and
that's
these
tough.
arguments would go on and on. And
Never ending, right?
yeah,
every
and he
time they
loved it.
show
He
up-
just stirred his Larry Bird pot all the time.
And you know what? Like, it's Thanksgiving or it's a family get-together or so-and-so's birthday. A few too many, that same argument comes up again. You're like, oh, here he goes. Uncle, what's your uncle's name?
That was Angel.
I had an Uncle Angel too. And if he had too much, the same thing would happen. Oh, man, here comes Uncle Angel talking about Larry Bird. Here comes the argument.
I laid out from both of your stories. Neither one were angels. Neither one were.
You're absolutely right.
If it was Thanksgiving, you were sitting around the table eating bird while talking about Larry Bird.
But you're right. Sometimes it's always the same ones. But the never-ending ones currently and always is someone in my family insisting that somebody sucks, but they really just don't know. And I want to, strangle them. I'll be like, yo, I'll say someone's really good. Like, yo, dude, man, that dude's on fire. That dude sucks. And it's like, I hate when people, that's their only argument always.
The sports casuals in your family, when they weigh in on stuff and they're totally out of left field and they're totally wrong, you're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut your pie hole.
That's exactly
they don't suck.
it. That's it all the time. I could be like, yo, man, tell you, Garrett Cole, bro, when he's healthy, man, he's the man. Garrett Cole, he's all right. He sucks. I'm like, what do you mean he sucks? And there's stuff like that all the time that happens. So,
I mean, that's every family sports chat.
All the
and
time.
every group of buddies.
It's very aggravating.
But Sam nailed it. It's always they don't know what they're talking about.
They're just superficial, surface level arguments, and you're like, you don't know what you're saying, man. Get the facts straight.
I fight a lot of times with friends and family, Sam, about people that think they know more than professionals. Like a guy will get drafted or a trade is made, and they're like, "This guy's a moron." I'm like, because you're the GM, or you know more, right? You're like,
so
Uncle Hank knows more. I'll give you one that is we talked about family fights and debates you've gotten over the years, or things that I've never forgiven my family for something. And you tell me if you think this is legit. We've talked about it since, and they still say, "Oh, I have a sense of humor," and I'm like, they did something to me that I thought was the worst, meanest thing, and it's about a sports fight. I was at my high school girlfriend's house. Do you remember when the 49ers would battle the Packers for a couple of years? This is slightly post Niners Cowboys, when Favre was emerging and the Packers sort of became that third head and the three-headed beast.
This is when Terrell Owens had the catch part 2.
Yeah, those type of years. Yeah, those years were, like I said, that was when the 49ers they were trying to grab one more and they just couldn't. Right? There was Steve Young was on the way towards the end. And I remember the Packers beat the 49ers in a very important game. I can't pinpoint the year. If I looked up, I could probably figure it out, but I like to forget this.
Another reason you don't like Brett Favre?
The Packers beat the Niners. I watched at my high school girlfriend's house. I came home, and while I was gone, my family went to Party City and got green and yellow balloons and put them in my childhood bedroom.
That's an elaborate
and they thought it was
punking.
I was I remember being like, yo, you guys, as a teenage boy, I'm like, you guys are all a-holes. And I left, I drove away, and I was like, I hate my family. I was like Kevin McAllister. I'm like, I hope I wake up and none of you are here. You're cruel.
I think they might be right, though. What a sensitive little baby.
But my family thought it was funny. I'm like, what is funny about you? You know that I'm passionate about the Niners. You guys all got a kick out of it. Well, Mom's making freaking pork chops in the kitchen. Oh, let's put balloons in Richie's room.
I just think it's funny how they wouldn't do that for Richie's birthday, but to bother him and antagonize him and make him cry. Yeah, they'll go to Party City.
Sorry,
for that.
man, but you got a cool family.
I mean, come on.
It's so funny.
Around what year was this, Rich?
In the night, I was probably way too old to get that upset about it, but it was high school or college.
I'm never coming back.
So try to narrow down the timeline there, the year.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I just looked up the history between the two teams.
It was a Packers victory over the Niners in a playoff game.
Okay.
97
maybe?
97 sounds about right.
Yeah.
Is that 97 playoff game?
I think so. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're still in high school.
Yeah, that was my.
That's gotta be it.
And I remember
if you drove away or whatever. That's got to be the one.
I hate all of you. But the fact that they thought it was funny.
It is kind of funny. I feel like you're being a little softy pants. It is funny. But again, caused a sports family fight.
You know, my brother's ex-wife. My brother lives in Maryland. He's divorced, but when he was married to his wife, he lived with his wife, obviously, and his mother-in-law.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, Packers beat the Niners 23-10 to advance to the Super Bowl.
Yep. That was the year. Now you even said it.
That was January 1998.
Now you even said it, and that game was just gross from the beginning. Anyway, my brother lived with his wife and mother-in-law, and they're both hardcore Ravens fans. And what would bother my brother so much is that He's a diehard Broncos fan. My brother Jimmy always loved Elway. The way I loved Montana, we just never had, we all had different football teams in my family. My brother's a diehard Broncos fan. And he would hate how they really didn't know much about the Ravens, but when they would win, they'd be all pumped about it.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
And I think nothing made him more mad when he's like, you don't even know the players. And like,
you got to hold your tongue, too. You got to stay quiet because you're trying to be polite.
My brother would be all sad if the Broncos lost to the Ravens. I think they played. And they were like, oh, man, way to go. Ravens won. My brother was just like, you don't care. You don't even know the players.
Oh,
I care.
I'm burning for him.
I hate that.
I'm mad that he even had to live with his mother-in-law. And then they rubbed it in his face. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get you involved, Fox Sports Radio Nation. We do it every Thursday. The Wilson brothers. Wow. The Wilson brothers.
Wow.
They fight about the Cowboys every year. To the point where, like, they have to bet and put money on, whoever's right, whoever's wrong heading into the season. This became a story. Based on that, I think all of our families fight about sports to some degree. And sometimes they're never ending. Legendary fights that just never stop about, I don't know, who's the GOAT of whatever team you're looking for. It could be something dumb. Rooting for. So 877-99 on Fox is the number. If you have the best answer, we'll give away some prizes. Just want to hear your story anyway. We do this every Thursday.
The sports battles and fights you have with your friends and family. I'm surprised you didn't even bring it up. You've been the back-to-back champion now of like the two worst bets I've ever made.
Yankees-Mets?
Yankees-Mets. Last year, Covino and I wagered $1,000 who would have a better record. Covino easily won that. And then we ran it back again this year. And again, I lose again.
It's never been a contest.
Next year, if we do it again, you're going to have to give me like a 10-game handicap or
maybe
something.
Maybe five.
Five, please.
All right, so we're going to the phones every Thursday. And whatever we don't fit in today's show, remember, Overpromised. Rich already said he's going to defend Jed York. So that's a topic we'll discuss on our bonus pod after the show.
Third rail, even on the podcast, my man.
But then we'll mix it up with Disney and the NFL because they've collaborated. So, yeah, we can talk smut and we can talk some Disney.
That's the versatility that I bring to the table. I want everyone to know that in one conversation I could talk about my dad life and Disney NFL collaborating. And then the next
basically,
minute,
Rich is saying prostitution should be legal. And then we're going to talk Disney characters.
Yeah.
Because they've collaborated.
I don't know.
Rich
is just one conversation away from being canceled.
I don't know, dude. I feel like that makes me pretty versatile, but you can think differently.
And we're going to throw some athletes in the fart corner. And if you don't know what the fart corner is, you'll find out on Overpromised. That's right after this show, right here on our YouTube page at Covino and Rich FSR.
I want everyone to get a head start.
That was the name of the trailer park that Jed York visited.
The fart corner. I want everyone to look it up, though. Have you seen those NFL Disney collaborations?
Yeah, very cool.
You might be like, oh, man, that's out for kids or women or something. I'm telling you, I think it's a really cool collaboration,
especially if you have kids.
And we'll go over all of them on Overpromise, but like Sam, pick an NFL team.
I just want hold on. I want to say that like Rich, you're versatile in the way that like you're skipping through a cable at a hotel and you're like, oh, here's some porn and then here's a Disney movie and that's you. You can just go back and forth.
That is Rich.
One channel to the next.
He's like Bob Saget. Like he has that versatility.
He can be blue and he can be G-rated.
No, but that's the truth, Sam. I gotta.
He could be America's dad, but really he's a dirty comedian.
Here's some softcore, and then here's an animated film.
Yeah,
I could sit and
Bob
watch.
Saget is a perfect example of that because I had no idea for years and years.
Me neither.
He was such a blue comedian.
Bob Saget.
He was a raunchy comic.
And then I saw him in Half Baked, right?
Yeah.
And he's the whole cocaine joke. And I'm like, oh my god, where did this come from?
But to me, Sam, I don't understand why that's.
He's America's dad.
I have no clue why that's peculiar because I feel like doesn't every guy have a side of them where they could be like a sensitive good dad that loves like a Disney movie, but at the same time, like what
a little raunchy. Yeah.
You don't like some raunch? Come on. All right. Anyway,
a little raunch dressing.
Let's go to your phone calls. And by the way, do look up those Disney clubs. Sam, pick a team just so I can give everyone an idea of what I'm talking about.
The Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions it's like Simba. Or like the dad lion in Lion King, they've figured a way to incorporate a Disney character with every team, and they've done a cool collaboration. So I think it's awesome. There you go.
All right. Oh, Manny in El Paso has walk-up music.
Manny in the Paso. What's up, Manny?
I love it, guys. First of all, Keith Hernandez and Don Mattingly. Yes, Keith Hernandez came out on Seinfeld, but Don Mattingly came out on The Simpsons. End of discussion. Don Mattingly is better. Okay, my brother and I, we're Yankees fans, Lakers fans, and some other team. I can't remember.
Let me guess, Cowboys fans and Alabama fans?
No, not Alabama. No, but we draw a line at hockey. He's a Red Wings fan. I'm an Avalanche fan. If stuff gets heated, there was one year where I said, "Get your damn sweater off. We're going to fight right now after the game." And that's where we draw a line. We draw a line at hockey, and it's gotten vicious sometimes.
Yeah, they're fighting like hockey
I think
players.
this guy's fired up right now.
By the way, how many Gold Gloves did Keith have?
More than Don Mattingly.
How many? 11? Did he have 11? I know Donnie Baseball had 9. And Donnie Baseball was a batting
How
champion
many
and MVP.
Gold Gloves did Keith Hernandez have?
Donnie Baseball was a hero.
11,
dude.
yeah.
You know what? Donnie Baseball didn't have to win a World Series to be a hero. That's the difference.
Was that AI Colin you were asking?
No, they haven't done that in a long time.
All right, sorry I reminded you.
Yeah.
You know why?
Hey, Colin.
Shame on
Colin yelled at Rich.
Stop using my
Colin-
AI.
Hey, if you keep mocking me, I'm going to throw you in a fart corner. You got it? Yeah.
Colin sent Rich a cease and desist.
Hey, Colin. All right, who else we got,
Let's
Danny?
go to Rochester, New York. Steve.
Hey,
The
Steve.
Rock
talking,
Cha. What's up, man?
talking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to hop on the story about the Jerk family, about the balloons.
Yeah.
But just real quick, when the great Dan Patrick retires, I sure as hell hope you guys get that slot because, man, I love you guys.
I mean, it's one of the hottest rumors in town.
Yeah, man. Everybody's talking about it.
Dude,
Everyone's talking about
do
it.
the right thing. Whoever makes these decisions, do the right thing. But anyway, so I'm don't kill me, but I'm a pretty big Cowboys fan in the heart of Bills country. And when Joe Montana hits Dwight Clark, I lose my stuff. Like I'm like 13, 14, and this means the world to me. Doesn't my sister's boyfriend call the house, start making fun of me? I want to kill the guy. Like, I don't know, he's like 2-3 years older than me, but I'm like, I hate that guy because he did that because of my darkest moment. This guy's making fun of me. No, your family's not right to do that.
Yeah, no, that is, you know what? That's how I felt. Like, I know it's just a game.
By the way, he should definitely get
this guy,
grilling apron.
put this guy on hold.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, Steve.
I do think.
Jeez, my mom doesn't even like the show that much.
I do think that in like a sad sports moment, if someone laughs at you, it's cruel. I know you could say, guys, it's just sports, but this is Fox Sports Radio.
That's true. You're
People
right.
are
Especially
passionate.
then, you don't realize how much it means to people sometimes.
We've talked about this, giving people guff, and you're like, there's an acceptable amount of guff to be given.
Yeah.
When you start making people angry, like at a family event, maybe it's a little too much.
I'm too
That's true.
Maybe
I could see you being really upset.
maybe I'm too sensitive. But like, listen, Covino's a Yankees fan. I don't care about the Yankees. But like, even if I don't want them to win, I would never say that to them.
Remember we talked about like, are you happy for your friends or you just troll them all the time?
I think
on
as
the
a
teams?
you guys said I'm so immature. How about this maturity, guys? If I can't be happy, I'd rather see you be happy. Like, let's say Danny's Raiders actually. Let's say Danny's Raiders actually.
Do you have an aw for him,
Aw.
Sam? Aw.
Maybe if Danny's Raiders like had some miraculous season, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, the Raiders 2 years from now, let's say they're 2 years away, and all of a sudden Fernando Mendoza's in the playoffs. They're about to go to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden it's like they lose.
That's what AI predicted, by the way.
If they lose in dramatic fashion, what type of friend would I be if I'm like, yo, Danny G, ha ha, like
You remember that sounds like
that's like some Ben Maller baby
I
stuff.
was just gonna say
I
it
hate
sounds
that
like
vibe.
it sounds like my time on the Ben Maller show.
I like Ben,
and Ben would just like give me
Yep.
the floor, and he'd be like, "Danny, defend your boys."
Yo, I like Ben. He's a good dude, but those antics, oh my God, if him and I were pals and he hit me up when my team struggled, I'd want to strangle the guy. Like, I get it. It's
calls it Schotten. Was it Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude, yeah.
I actually think a big part of it, in all seriousness, is learning how to read the room, because sometimes, and maybe people around here aren't PhDs in reading the room, but sometimes it's safe to bust someone's chops, but other times it's obvious not the time to bust their chops.
Yo,
You nailed it.
Ilo,
That's
you're a genius. You're like Lanny Poffo, the former wrestler, the genius Lanny Poffo.
Tell him to stop right there, Isaac. Just tell him to stop right there.
Ilo, Covino and I have had this conversation before, and you notice this the more grown men you talk to at work, at the bar, the barber
Exactly.
shop.
Michael
the
Buffer
gym.
is more iconic than Bruce Buffer.
The more and more grown men you deal with, you realize some men don't know how to bust balls, and they're just rude and mean. And other people are really good at jabs and having fun and busting chops. It's a fine line, and it's
an art form.
It's an art form, and you'd be shocked how many people even listeners of our show, some people make fun of us, but they're like, yeah, I love you guys, and they'll wisecrack. And then other people say some mean stuff, and they're like, yeah, I was just joking.
You know what the trick is? The trick is a couple of jabs, and then you sprinkle in a little compliment on the team.
Or put a
You're
little,
like, man, I love seeing them win the national
leave
title.
Leave a happy face emoji or something.
Yeah, just like, listen, I'm a Big Ten person, Iowa football. I thought Indiana winning the national championship was awesome. Because it was just so unprecedented. Yeah. There's people who are like, no, I want my rival to go 0-16, 0-17 every year. And I'm like, then when you beat them, what's the good in that? Like, you want them to be good, so when you beat them, you're good.
Yeah.
This goes with the argument of
you're the best guy.
If you're debating like the old timer in your family, they never give credit to the new school. When the new school might be doing it better than the old school, they still don't give the credit. I have this debate. Like, this is something
like how Mad Dog always brings up Bob Cousy in every basketball debate?
It'll always come back to stuff like that, right?
Cousy.
Like, yeah, but the new cats are doing it even better, right? Yeah. Like, if I'm talking like Rocky's the best boxing movie of all time, you know, I guarantee my mom would jump in and be like, that's because you've never seen somebody up there liked me from 1956. And I'm like, but I don't know, Mom. Rocky's pretty good. You haven't even seen the new Creeds, Mom. I don't need to. Paul Newman is the greatest of all time. And it's like, because it's that mentality of like whatever they said was better is better, and it's just not, you know, so. All right, we'll take one more.
One more for now.
We'll wrap it up, and then we'll get to some more NFL. And, cool. Danny, we're a half hour away from Hot Wings.
Dude, I have the same feeling you do. I'm on a speed walk over there.
This is my favorite 2 hours of the day hanging with you guys, but I am imagining, like, you know when a cartoon character like starts, I'm looking at Covino and I'm seeing a Hot Wing.
And also it's because this is preseason week 3. So you could just feel our national holiday about to pop.
Well, every time I look at Rich, he looks like a weenie to me.
All right, let's go to Georgia. Adam, wrap this up for us.
What's up, Adam?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? First-time caller, long-time listener. Love you guys.
Oh, thanks, man.
First question for you, Mr. Danny. I'm a die-hard Charger fan, okay? So I want to know how you feel about that Chat GPT prediction that you just talked about.
What do you mean? As far as them saying Fernando's going to win a couple of Super Bowls?
Yeah. How do you feel about that? You believe that? Because you know what? Like you guys are talking about, you know, I want to see a good score, good game. Last year we kind of swept you guys, you know. Mm-hmm. And funny thing, like my aunt, we were both from San Diego. We're all from San Diego, born and raised. I moved to Georgia. My aunt moved to Kansas City. Now all of a sudden she's a big Chiefs fan. So when we get together for these family parties, it is tough.
It's rude. Hey, let me tell you, I'll back you up in that. You'll be happy to hear me say 9.5 wins in Vegas for the Chargers. I would hammer that over.
I'm sorry, did you say 9.5 wings? I'll take the over.
Wins.
Oh, wins.
But Ilo gave me the little nod, right? What do you think? I think the Chargers could be exceptionally good this year. I'm so intrigued to see what Mike McDaniel does with Justin Herbert. So we'll see. They have a tough schedule, but that's a good team.
Yeah, that's the problem is their schedule is tough. But for example, right now with that caller, how tempted were you, Danny G, to bring up 63-21?
Yeah. No, because that's water under the bridge. Different teams, different coaches, different players.
As a Niners fan, I was going to be like, "Thanks for Stan Humphries. That was an easy Super Bowl."
But I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the AFC West in the next couple of seasons because great coaching, great players, star quarterbacks. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, and as good teams lose a little footing, younger teams get a little better. That's the best part about the NFL, and we're less than 2 weeks away. All right, we got more Covino and Rich. We'll get to some more NFL and your phone calls, your feedback.
Start thinking about, things you were oddly good at as a kid because there's 2 stories today.
Okay, perfect. All next right here, CNR on FSR.
If you work in logistics, you know one thing, nothing moves without you. And right now, companies everywhere are looking for skilled people who can keep their supply chains running strong. Find your next job through Express Employment Pros.
At Express, guys, logistics isn't just another career field. It's a specialty from warehouse associates and forklift operators to shipping and receiving, CDL drivers, inventory coordinators, and more. Express connects you with the roles that keep business moving.
Go to expresspros.com, find a location near you, give them a call. Whether you need to get your foot in the door with a contract role or you're looking for full-time work, Express finds you a job where your skills fit and your experience matters.
That's the best part,
Yeah,
buddy.
they get your foot in the door,
They get your foot in the door.
Foot in the door.
With Express, they never charge fees for job seekers. So if you're ready to get that foot in the door, get your next shift, your next challenge, or your next big move, let Express help you find the logistic job that fits. Visit expresspros.com today. Stop searching alone. Get support, get options, get that foot in the door.
Get to work.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Seems to be what everyone's talking about. Does he deserve to be QB1? Then he had a little, what'd you say? He sort of criticized the fans and then walked it back.
You know what? He did and he didn't. Well, he criticized the fans definitely. And you got to keep this in mind. Has he given them any reason to cheer? That's really the
he was
question.
supposed to be the guy that changed this franchise. So you're right. Like, if anything, like, there's nothing they should be happy about. So here's what Deshaun Watson said on Saturday. Take a listen.
I mean, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So I think it's a disrespectful thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And yeah, just move on.
Ooh.
Don't you think, Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt.
Oh, snap. So he's holding.
Hold on, though.
Yeah.
I do got to say something. Yeah. And, of course, the fans have a right to boo, right? They're there to watch a good guy play a good game. And he's done neither. He hasn't been a good guy, and he hasn't played any good games. He did stay positive about playing in Cleveland, though. He was like, I'm meant to be here. I have no regrets. Sort of God's plan sort of thing, and he planned on making the most of it. So it wasn't all doom and gloom. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, but make the most of it isn't what you want to hear. You're big on how people word things, right? Imagine if you were like, well, Covino, I partnered up with him years ago to do broadcasting. I'll make the most of it.
I'm just
like,
saying
would you
it
like
wasn't
that?
all doom and gloom. I would say that I was surprised that he didn't have regrets playing there. Like, all right, if I'm not going to ever be appreciated here, because it's clear that he's not. Unless, of course, he goes on a tear, and I don't see that happening. Maybe another setting would be more welcoming for the guy. Because all the coaches came to his defense. All the coaches were, sort of backing him up, expressing the fact that this has to be hurtful. And I'm sure it is, but we reap what we sow, right? So basically, guys, let's piece this together. He had a subpar performance again, and he got booed. They asked him about it, and he was overly honest. He says he wants to play there, but at the same time, he's saying, the fans aren't necessarily nice to me. And then when they announced his starting QB1 this week over Shedeur, he sort of took back what he said.
This is what he said then, after that.
First off, I want to address the comments from Saturday after the game. I think just, human nature, just myself being very emotional, putting a lot of time these last 2 years to, get back and, spend time in this facility, in the city, meeting a lot of different people in the community. I thought I was going to get, a little different response. But, I think, my emotions got the best of me. My comments wasn't intending to go at any of the fans around in the city, because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me. And I know the frustration this organization have put, a lot of investment in coming, to get me back in 22.
I mean, listen, you can stop it there. They invested a lot in this guy being the future of their team. Do you remember, we got to go back a little bit. Do you remember Baker Mayfield was doing just fine? Baker Mayfield was starting to really turn the corner in Cleveland. I remember it was like, surprise, we're going with Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson was really one of the premier young quarterbacks. It seems so long ago, Houston Texans, and it was shocking to everyone when that move happened. Since then, all the personal allegations and all the charges against him, many of them.
He's done nothing. Like I said, he's done nothing to give them reason to cheer. So the boos aren't any surprise. And is it personal? Absolutely, it is. It really is. Did his emotions get the best of him? Yes. But, do we really accept the apology, or do we just want to see actions? Think about that on the football field. Think about that in life. What does sorry really mean? Your kids could say sorry to you. Your wife, your girlfriend, you could be saying sorry. You don't know what you're saying sorry for.
How many times have you said that? Honey, I'm sorry. She's like, you don't even know why you're sorry. You're like, I don't.
It's the truth. Because, and I'm being as cliche as ever, but there's a point behind it. Actions mean so much more, but especially in sports, because those actions are measured by statistics and wins, right? So if he really wants it to go away, just win. Go out there and what did Adrian say? Win. Just win and shut up. I had an old guy moment. It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're going to throw it back again and think about things we were good at as kids, like strangely good at, because there's two stories. But thanks again for chiming in, old school and 50 hits. Yo, Rich, I had an old guy thought. Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studios in Los Angeles. Everything at Covino and Rich. Our bonus pod, Overpromised, where Rich defends Jed York, is a half hour away. New episode 153. That's on our YouTube page where you could watch live right now at Covino and Rich FSR. We're going to talk about that Disney and NFL collaboration and who we're throwing in the fart corner this week.
So funny.
Who deserves to be in the fart corner? And if you don't know what that is, you'll find out on Overpromised 153. I had an old guy thought.
Yeah, what's your old guy thought?
I just saw something on social media. It never dawned on me, really.
What's that?
Do you know there's a whole generation of people that work here, like 90s kids?
Yeah. Even 2000s kids, really.
That never lived a world of red pistachio nuts. They didn't even know that was a thing. They we heard there's this whole social media thing where kids are just realizing now that pistachios used to be red. And then there's our generation. It's like, how did you not know that?
I'm not even sure if I know that.
You didn't know pistachios used to be red?
I don't know anyone that ate pistachios.
What?
Who ate pistachios
I hate talking to you.
Who ate pistachios in your
I
life?
hate talking to you, bro.
I don't think I ever.
Man, pistachios are delicious.
I never saw someone eat pistachios.
Shut. Can you give me something to throw at this bonehead, please?
I mean, I like pistachios, but you had maybe your dad was a pistachio guy.
You never had pistachio nuts,
never
you
in my
moron?
Life. Maybe when I was
with
30.
the red shells and your fingers would be all red?
No, maybe when I didn't have pistachios.
They were
until I was
dyed?
something. They were
See,
dyed.
Sam has no idea.
No, I had no idea.
Because
I love pistachios.
And that's all
Why
I
they
knew
dye
as a
them
kid,
red?
that they were red.
I feel like there's only one brand, and they have that green and black bag.
Yes, that's all people know now. But there's
famous pistachios?
generations where they only came red.
Were you born in the 50s? Who are you?
No, bro. I'm not that old.
Red pistachios.
So it was, they dyed them red. I'm looking at here, the AI overview on Google. They dyed them red, the shells red, to hide ugly spots and stains caused by older harvesting methods.
And those ugly spots and stains would be all over your fingers. I'd be a little kid running around with red fingers.
I used to have cheese doodle orange fingers. Is that the same?
Yeah, you know what? You know what you can do with those fingers, bro?
You guys ever
tell me.
You know I'm done talking to you.
You guys ever eat a bag of pistachios and you eat like the entire bag, and there's always one pistachio in the bag that kind of tastes like poop?
I like how you say pistachio.
Pistachio.
Like there's always one that tastes weirdly like fecal matter.
Hey, you want some pistachios?
You know what the funniest thing is, Cove?
Pistachio.
You said old guy thoughts. I had some dad this morning at school say.
It just boggles me that not everybody remembers the days of red pistachios.
I don't remember them. Now I got to look it up later.
You're just
There's
Rennick
an article on
81 in our YouTube chat says, I grew up on the red pistachios.
Yeah, and I just realized there's a whole generation that doesn't even know it. like Rich, even though he should.
I'll be honest, though. I think you need to have pistachios with the shell. Otherwise, you just eat them too fast. Like, I feel like eating them is part of the process.
No, the deshelling them is part of the work.
It's like sunflower seeds. Like, if you want sunflower seeds, you put them in your pocket when you're playing softball or golfing or whatever you're doing. Sunflower seeds need to be. It's like crabs. You don't want you want to work for it a little bit. Right? You want to crack the shell.
And it gives you the extra salt you need.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Cove, you might have. So it's like tradition. I'm seeing here early I can't speak. Importers, Zaloom in New York would import the red ones, the red pistachios.
Oh, well, I'm from Jersey. That's why.
So maybe you were growing up eating these Zaloom pistachios.
Maybe, but guess what?
No,
I was good at it. Oddly, strangely good at it as a kid.
Never saw these in my life.
Because you're an idiot. I'm done talking to you. I'm done. I hate talking to you.
By the way,
you're the worst.
These are old guy things.
Yeah.
This is how you know you get old. A dad at the school is like, yeah, you got a new car. I'm like, yeah, sweet car. I go, because now I know their family has 2 SUVs. And he's like, yeah, I only drive SUVs now because I don't like bending down to get into a car.
Oof.
I like to step up into a SUV. And I'm like, that's like next guy. Like, you think you're going to get to the stage where you don't want a car because you're like, SUV's up, car is down.
Not at all.
It's kind of like when you get out of bed, right? You don't like bending your knees and stuff. You just want to scoot in, scoot out.
Speaking of things you did as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Start thinking about things you were oddly good at as a kid. And one stupid thing comes to mind for me because I was pretty good at pretty much everything. But one odd one comes to mind.
Except humility.
But there's a story. There's 2 stories. Danny G,
something he's not good at.
There's a Guinness Book story.
It's humbleness.
Today, on this day in history, 1955.
The Guinness Book became a thing.
It was published for the first time in Britain.
Can I take you back to elementary school?
Yeah.
If there was ever a book fair, I can't be the only kid that was like, I'm going to get every sports book and the Guinness Book. And
I always bought the Guinness Book.
You would get the Guinness Book, and it would always be like a book of quarterbacks, like Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Bernie Kosar. There was always a couple sports book in that Scholastic reader. So you would get the sports books, and you would get the Guinness Book World Records.
You always get them? Because some of us kids were in the Dolly Parton book program. Where the kid next to you checked everything off on that Scholastic, pamphlet or flyer they would give us. And then some kids would get like a pencil in one book.
Well, in 1955, the Guinness Book became a thing, right? But it came to be from an argument over which European game bird was the fastest. So the book invented this to settle arguments among friends. So it got us thinking things you were oddly good at back in the day. Because, maybe you could be in the Guinness Book someday.
But also
there's another
became
story.
a racket because you have to pay them.
Oh, yeah, I know.
To come out and,
And I used to be so intrigued by all of that.
What are the things you remember the most? That woman with the really long fingernails?
How about the tallest man?
And the tallest guy with the littlest kid, the littlest person next to him,
Longest beard, all those weird things, right? But there's another story, like this sort of similar and adjacent to this one, where Rick Ross is in the news. And get this.
Rick Ross.
He's so oddly good at Madden that they're claiming he hasn't lost a single game of Madden in 8 to 9 years now.
That's wild.
That's how good he is. This is according to Bleacher Report, by the way. And he won't reveal his 3-team rotation that he has. So we're asking you, what were you like unbeatable in, oddly, strangely good at as a kid? And the first thing that came to mind, I'm like, all right, when I was a kid, I remember no one else could do this, but I could. I was like the natural. I was like the Roy Hobbs of this. I was the Wonder Boy of this, and no one else in the whole neighborhood.
Boy.
Yo, dude, this is the dumbest, but I'll kick it off. 877-99 on Fox.
I wasn't expecting an intelligent answer.
No.
So go on.
Because honestly, I competed pretty well in most things that kids played and competed in. But I remember when the pogo ball became a thing on a Throwback Thursday, right? Do you guys, pogo ball is what they call it.
Oh,
do you guys remember pogo ball? I know Rich doesn't because he doesn't remember red pistachio nuts.
I had the pogo ball.
Rich remembers nothing.
I had the pogo ball, and I just felt like I was never good at it.
The TV commercial for it looked old when we were little kids. Right. It looked like it had been on TV for 15 years.
He couldn't do it. Nobody could do it.
I bounced like 2 times. I'm like, and I would go back to the pogo stick.
I remember, I think someone on my block had it first. Right? So guys like Rich stood on their stick, right? One kid,
I remember doing my pogo stick in the driveway, and I'd be like,
yo, bro, it was shaped like Saturn almost, right? It had the rings around it.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like in one full motion just jumping right on it. Like the natural was like da-da, da-da, da-da. And people were like, oh my God, how's he doing it? I'm like, I don't know.
Were you in the X Games for a pogo ball?
If that would have went, if skateboarding, if pogo ball would have went the route of skateboarding and went to the X Games, I would have been I could have been the Tony Hawk of pogo ball in extreme sports, but it never happened.
Is there something I
was so good at?
I'll pose the question, and we'll go to ILO right now.
Rich was strangely good at skip it, I heard. Isn't that true?
I'm amazing. I'm pretty sure I could whoop most people at blank.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I could.
I have a real answer.
Most people at blank. Let's go to ILO for an update. Isaac Lowenkron.
What up, ILO?
LeCron James. There he is.
Why, thank you very much, fellas. The Brown County, Wisconsin District Attorney today formally charged Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs with misdemeanor battery and misdemeanor criminal damage to property. Now, back in May, Jacobs was originally also booked on domestic abuse and felony strangulation charges, which he now no longer faces. Seattle Seahawks defensive tackle Leonard Williams agreed to a 3-year, $90 million extension with $56 million guaranteed. The Los Angeles Rams reuniting with receiver Tutu Atwell. They acquired him from the Miami Dolphins for running back Jarquez Hunter. Atwell played the past 5 seasons for the Rams before signing a 1-year deal with the Dolphins back in March. Finally, a fascinating and rather unique story from college sports. The Deseret News out of Salt Lake City reported today that the BYU football program is essentially splitting from the other 20 sports in the athletic department. Football head coach Kalani Sitake will now report directly to a university vice president, while athletic director Brian Santiago will oversee all other sports, including men's basketball, but not football. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Isaac Lowenkron. Anything you're particularly better than everyone else at?
Or that I was when I was growing up?
Younger or now? Like, were you like, yo, all right, if you
there is a one thing, but
if you were to take 100 random people, what would you be like? Of 100 random people, I'm probably better than all of them at blank.
Well, going back to when I was growing up, this is odd, but roller hockey.
Oh yeah, really? That's awesome.
Roller hockey, yeah.
I'll give you mine when we come back. Okay,
yeah,
more
Covino
and Rich next, right here on Fox Sports Radio. How about one of the most influential figures in hip-hop history, an actor, a filmmaker, entrepreneur, and now the guy behind the big three, which is getting ready to crown a new champion. Always great to have him on the show. Ice Cube.
Yeah.
What's up, Q?
Yeah. What's up?
What's up, man? Great to see you. Thanks for your time, man. We appreciate it.
They made a T-shirt out of that.
Oh, you see, can I tell you something? Listen, Ice.
Yeah, clear the air, Rich, please.
Listen,
Yeah.
you'll never remember this because you do a million things, but Covino and I have worked together over the years at Fox Sports Radio now, ESPN, Sirius XM back in the day, and these guys bust my chops because one of my biggest flubs ever had to be over a decade ago easily. I accidentally called you Ice T.
Yeah.
And I remember you looked me in the eyes and you said, who the F you're talking to? And I was like, oh.
Well, I'm here to back him up and say absolutely knew who we were talking to, but man, we never let him live that down. And I don't know if you want to forgive him or not. That's up to you.
Yeah, do you forgive me before we start this?
No, I don't forgive you for that, but you're not a bad guy. You know what I mean? It happens. You know, my homie's Ice. That's big bro. You know what I mean? That's the OG. So, you know, it happens. You know, you're not the first one though, but you know, you got to know us apart, man. Come on now, baby.
I know, come on. But when someone saw the shirt, they sent it to me. It is ice cubes in an iced tea.
Yeah.
So I had to wear this today.
Hey, Ice Cube,
I've
what
seen
do you
that
think
meme
about that?
a few times, so that's funny that they actually made a T-shirt out of it.
Yeah, when you see that, do you wonder where's your money at? Like you're not getting paid. Like what's your mindset, or are you flattered when you see stuff like that?
I used to think about like, damn, you know, I'm missing out on some cash, but then I realized, you know, they wouldn't make stuff like that if it wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously it's cool, and that's good enough for me that you're wearing the shirt with my face on it, and it's cool and it's funny, and Ice-T's my man, like I said. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we're here with a legend, Ice Cube, and I see a lot of cool stuff behind you in your office there. Earlier today, we were talking about how Columbia House officially shut down, and we were talking about back in the day buying cassettes and CDs and all that stuff. What's your physical music collection like? Do you still have records, cassettes, CDs? Do you still have all those physical, music?
Yeah, I have, man, cassette players, DAT players. Remember the DAT?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know, and man, we still got VHS around here because a lot of my history is on these things, Super 8s, all these little things that we recorded a lot of history on. And so I want to have stuff to play it on, you know what I'm saying? So people, you know, my wife, kids, like, when are we getting rid of this? I'm like, never. We never get rid of this because you might not ever find one again. So a lot of records around here. You know, I got I got 40 years of stuff.
Yeah, we thought our CD collection and our DVD collection, that was our bragging right. Like, you got actual bragging rights. So you got your actual hits behind you and
he's
things
the
like
music
that.
we were buying.
Yeah, we were proud to display your CDs. I'm surprised Ice Cube is not shocked that Columbia House was still in business. Were you one of those guys buying albums for a penny and not paying Columbia House? Like, did you use Columbia House back in the day?
Nah, you know, it's a trip because, you know, we would go buy our records. We was also part of record pools, so they would send us a bunch of free records. We would have so many records, you know, some we didn't even want. So definitely didn't go to publishing clearinghouse. But you know, fun fact, Priority Records, who signed NWA, Eazy-E, myself, before they signed us, they used to do this group called the California Raisins, and they were into all these compilations. So that was their game. They was like K-Cow or somebody, like bunch of compilations, and then they signed us. And
yeah, buddy, we're getting some wingies tonight. NFL preseason. We're all heading out. Stuff our faces, pumped to watch some foosball.
Fernando.
Covino and Rich with Danny G and Sam. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
How many times is he going to say it tonight, Danny G? Covino. How many you have?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Danny, how many have you had so far?
Gay Cove, I'm joining you. You don't even have to worry about it because I'm going to outpace you.
Nice. What's the over-under on how many wings Sam has?
I'll probably have like 14.
9.
I
was going to say
94.
9. I was going to say 9 in the first half hour.
Well, I live by a rule. You never want to be the biggest slob. That's all.
I'll be the biggest slob.
There it is. So
You
Sam's
can
got
just
it.
Be yourself.
Now, again,
more
in 10
wings,
minutes.
more wings tonight, or 49ers wins this year?
Oh, that's a good one. I think more wins.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'll try to get maybe I'll do what do they usually have, like the 10?
Yeah, I'll
the
have
10
about,
or 12 wings.
I'll have about 10 wings, I'm sure. So we'll keep you posted.
Don't believe them. They have 14 to 15.
Nah. Hit us at Covino and Rich
Danny,
at Fox Sports Radio. Remember, Overpromised is in 10 minutes. Rich defends, speaking of the 49ers, Rich says Jed York did nothing wrong. We're going to find out why on Overpromised, new episode 153. We talk about the Disney NFL collaboration, and we're talking about people and athletes we're throwing in the fart corner this week. It's a whole story. Overpromised. We get into it. It's our bonus podcast. It's a show you watch right here on our YouTube page at Covino and Rich FSR. Now, Rich.
Yeah.
Rick Ross was oddly good at Madden. He has an 8 to 9 year streak. He never loses. He whoops people at it. The Guinness Book came out on this day where people are oddly, strangely good at certain things. What are those things you were strangely good at growing up or even today?
It's interesting, right? Because the way I put it in terms, if you took the next 100 people that walked down the street here on Ventura Boulevard, Danny, the next 100 people, all ages, sexes, identities, kids, boys, girls, old ladies. What do you think you'd be?
Are we including the homeless people on Ventura Boulevard?
The hobos right outside by the bus stop.
It's like that kid who's good at the bird calls. He's like oddly good at it.
But is there something?
I love that kid.
I'm pretty confident that not maybe in our industry, but if I took a random 100 people, I bet you I would beat most of them with like name that tune in one note. Like I feel like it's a dumb thing, but I'm oddly good at like those like game shows.
Quick snippets, yeah.
Like you play me one note of a song.
One note. You need more than one note.
No, I'm usually for me one note. I'll see those Instagram clips where it's like, can you name this song on one note? And every time I'm like, yeah.
Wasn't there a game show?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Beat the Shazammy or something.
So
Right?
we were on a show like that. We won
Yeah.
10 G's. Again, we'll go to your phone calls now at 877-99 on Fox.
Which
Remember,
good after taxes.
if you work in logistics, what do we get, Rich?
for $94.
If you get, we got a high five. If you work in logistics, nothing moves without you. Companies need skilled people now, and Express Employment Pros can help you find the contract or full-time work that fits at no cost to you. Visit expresspros.com, get support, get options, and get to work. And a quick reminder, tomorrow, Brainwave for your grilling apron and summer prize pack, and weekend hobnobbing to get you ready on a Friday.
I want to thank the Mets for absolutely nothing, right, Danny? Because what do I always say? My goal is for baseball to bring me into the football season. And right now, while I see your Dodger excitement and your Yankee excitement, Covino, I am jealous that you guys have two things going on in your brain now. You're excited about Fernando and your Raiders, but you got the Dodgers that you're getting ready for playoff baseball. I always say that the best thing your baseball team could do for you, what can your baseball team do for you? Keep you excited until now. If your baseball team kept you excited until now, your baseball team did its job, and the Mets did not do their job this year.
Hold on, Rich. You're pivoting, but I don't think you finished the paid off the tees.
Yeah, no. Rich was oddly good at rooting for a team that sucks his whole life.
Oh, that's not nice.
That's the answer.
Yeah, that's it.
No one can pick a loser quite like me.
He oddly chose the Mets and hung it out and stuck it out all these years.
I have one. I'll tell you guys in 20 seconds. I would sit in the family room. My mom would take out the deck of cards, and she'd be like, how do you win every time? For years, I whooped my family's butt at Uno.
Really?
In fact, I'd be in the living room, and this song would come on as I was playing.
There he is.
Oh, the natural.
Yeah, the grand champion at Uno.
My God.
It's Wonder Boy. Wow. Danny rounding the bases.
My
with his
older
deck of
brother,
cards.
Steve's so competitive. He hated losing Uno.
That's funny, man.
I'm about to beat Danny. I'm about to beat him.
No.
Draw 4.
Draw 4, motherfucker.
Big dreaming. Not happening.
Oh, you think you got me? Reverse.
Uno, yeah.
Uno.
Why don't you cry about it? Boo-hoo-hoo.
And I never forget to say it.
What was your answer for real, Rich?
Name that tune type of stuff.
Oh, that was
okay,
it? That was the
all
answer?
right.
Yeah, besides that, and like honestly knowing dumb things, like I can name every like NBA champion, NFL champion, World Series champion. Like in my mind, it's not a skill. It's like you should know it.
You and Dan Byer, you're like,
Yeah, so to me, when people don't know it, I'm like, yeah.
No, because you know where you were for every Super Bowl.
Yeah, stuff like
That's
that.
Weird
It's
too.
a weird thing.
Where
Yeah.
you were for every Super
Well,
Bowl?
let's go eat some wings.
Yeah, let's do it.
And get out of this joint.
let's go Raiders.
At Covino and Rich, Overpromised is next. We'll give you a link at our social media. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the Overpromised land.
Goodbye.
Let's go.
Fernando.